Hello and welcome to my channel Simplified Economics. So what I am going to simplify today, I am going to simplify a very interesting concept in economics which is a very relevant concept as well, that is the central problems of an economy. Problems, lot of problems with the economy, right? So what we are going to discuss today, so I am going to talk about the central problems, types of central problems and their its explanation, right? So when I say problems and economic problem, there are plenty, right? So the central problems and the economics problem are same, or are there is some difference between the two. So student, if I ask you, think about some economic problems. Yes. So I believe you must be thinking in terms of unemployment, inflation, poverty, development. Am I right? Yes, you are absolutely right. These are the economic problems of an economy. And like any other country, India is also facing these problems. But then the central problems of an economy are little different. What are those? How they are different? So the biggest difference between the two types of problem is the central problems are there irrespective of the type of economy, irrespective of the nature of the economy. Whereas economic problem, they are there as per the prevailing situation. For example, maybe some countries are facing the problem of inflation, whereas some other countries are facing the problem of disinflation. For some country, poverty is a big issue. Country like India, developing country, or African countries. For us, poverty is an important problem. Whereas for Nordic countries, that is Scandinavian countries, European countries, poverty may not be the big issue for them. So you know what I'm saying? Are you getting my point? I'm saying that in case of economic problem, they differ from country to country. Whereas the central problems or the fundamental problems, they remain same. That is why they are known as central problems. Okay. So let me tell you what are these problems. So before we go into the details of the problems, let us understand the reason behind the existence of fundamental problems. So again, we will have to go back to that all pervasive, all powerful statement once again, my students. And I told you in my first video also, earlier video also, that you need to remember this statement, which is resources are limited. Our wants are unlimited, but our resources are limited. So because of that, I am facing problem, you are facing problem, and our economy also faces problem. Because even at a level of economy, resources are limited. Lot of resources, but still limited resources, right? So whenever we have limited resources and many wants, it give rise to problem of choice. So we have to choose, right? And there is one more thing, that these resources have alternate usages. What do you mean by alternate usages? Usages, alternate means the same resource can be used in a different way. For example, land. Now if you have a piece of land, in that same piece of land you can grow potato, rice, wheat, etc., means agriculture products. And in the same piece of land you can put up a factory, a plant, production of goods. Same piece of land. So land as a resource have alternate uses. Now it's up to us whether we grow rice over there or we put a plant or a factory over there, right? So every society has to decide how to utilize those scarce resources. So let us now introduce the central problems, or sometimes also known as fundamental problems. What to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Remember, I told you that these are the fundamental problems, irrespective of any economy, they are there. So every economy faces this problem. Every economy doesn't face the problem of inflation. Every economy doesn't face the problem of unemployment. Every economy doesn't face the problem of poverty. But every economy faces these three fundamental problems: what, how, and for whom to produce. Right? So, what is the meaning of what to produce? In fact, you can add the complete statement should have been what to produce and in what quantity. Quantity is also important. As a economy, we need to decide how much. So, what to produce, as the name suggests, the resources are scarce. Society has to decide whether to produce guns or to produce bread. This is just an example, but it's a very powerful example. Bread means food, guns means defense, security. Now, we have to decide, right, whether to produce guns or to produce bread, or maybe both, right? So if it is a very peaceful country, surrounded by very peaceful neighbors, maybe we don't need guns, or maybe we need very small amount or quantity of guns, so we can focus more on food and all, right? But if we are surrounded by very friendly countries like India, we need lots of gun, but then we may have to compromise on bread because resources are limited. Same resource you can utilize for guns, buy guns or produce guns, and with the help of same resources you can buy bread or you can produce bread. uh, I believe recently we have acquired Rafale's fighter plane. The cost, as per the government information, is around 60,000, 59,000 crore, 60,000 crore, and we are buying initially 36, at least 36 fighter planes. So 36 fighter plane for 60,000 crore roughly. So approximately 5,000 crore per plane. Very costly. And if suppose if you would have spent the same 60,000 crore maybe on school construction, new schools, new colleges, hospitals, roads, infrastructure. There could have been so much of work, other things we could have done with the help of those 60,000 crore rupees, a big amount. But we have to buy plane also. So this is what the problem is. We need to decide whether guns or bread. Similarly, agriculture goods or industrial goods. I have already explained this, right? This point also I've told you, education, whether to use more resources in education and health or to use more resources in building military services, right? So these are tough question, difficult question, but we have to face this question. The second problem is how to produce. The second problem refers to choice of technique of production, right? Once you decided what to produce, now you need to decide how to produce, right? So usually we have two types of techniques of production: capital intensive technique and labor intensive technique. And capital intensive technique where the usage of capital is more, relatively more than the labor, and whereas in the labor intensive technique usage of uh, labor more than the capital, right? And probably the advantage also, we know capital intensive technique gives us more quality wise better product, efficient, more efficient also. That is, with less resources you can produce more, and so on. Labor intensive techniques provide employment to more labor, right? That's also an advantage. Now, country like India, should we go with capital intensive technique and the advantage attached with the capital intensive technique, or should we go for labor intensive technique? If you go with labor intensive technique, we will be able to provide employment to more people. If you go with capital intensive technique, we will be more competitive, more efficient. What to do? That's why it's a problem. Okay, so we have to choose. Third is allocation of resources, problem of allocation of resources. For whom to produce? So resources are limited. Now you can allocate resources for the things which are maybe more useful for poor people, but then less resources will be available for rich people. You can always say that we should help the poor people. Absolutely right. I'm not saying we should not. Just I'm saying that if you allocate more resources for the production of goods which are more useful for the poor people, then you will have less resources available for the production of goods which may be more useful, important, or relevant for the rich people. So we need to decide how to allocate our resources. So if we produce car, so automobile cars may be more useful for middle class or higher middle class, upper middle class. It means we are allocating more resources there. If we are, producing more color TV or LED TV, so again we are taking care of one particular class of people. So allocation resources, so less resources will be available for the poor people. So again, we need to decide whatever goods and services we are producing for whom, right? That is why this is the third problem, for whom to produce. So friends, these are the three fundamental problems which every economy faces: what, how, and for whom. Now, of course, if there are problem, there should be some solution. So solution I will discuss in my next class, the solution to the central problems of an economy. I hope with this lecture you able to understand the concept. Uh, Hope to see you soon in my next lecture. Till then, bye bye, take care.